Hello, welcome back. I have a bunch of new complexion products that I'm gonna try and I'm really excited about it. We're gonna start off with skincare. So I don't know if you're familiar with Violette FR, who is a French makeup artist who I, to be completely honest with you, was not familiar with. But when I was in London, I'm so shady. When I was in London for the Lisa Eldridge launch, Kaki, she mentioned her in a conversation and I just pretended, well, I don't remember if it was like directly to me, but I was just like, yeah, sure. Yeah, that person. Didn't know. And I was like, interesting. So I went and I looked her up. And the makeup looks so fun. So very French, obviously. C'est la crème. As usual, can't pronounce anything in French, so that'll be really, really fun. That'll be really fun. But I picked up some lip products. I'm gonna be doing a lip video in a bit. Mostly in this video, I just wanted to try out the skincare because look at this packaging. It's so beautiful. Like everything about it is just so chic, which I really, really like. So I picked up C'est la crème, you know, pretty. And then I also picked up the Skin Barrier Rescue, since I have been harping on like healthy barrier. Microflora Support Serum. Don't know what it means? Serum? Serum? Serum. Serum. Syrup. Syrup. So yeah, we're gonna prep my face with this. I'll give you a little bit of a zoom. But just, isn't that so pretty? I think that's the logo. So pretty. I don't know, I just like the maybe, you know what? Maybe I like the packaging the most because it's cream. And I've been obsessed with cream recently. Cream and ivory. Anyway, very chic. By the way, I just wanted to quickly say, the person who said, "What's with this little boy haircut?" I see you and you're dead to me. You're dead to me. So, speaking of this little boy haircut, which hopefully all my Europeans will confirm that I look chic as f. Get this hair out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the Barrier Rescue Serum, and in typical Alex fashion, I tend to throw away all of the packaging so that I don't know what the directions are. So I'm assuming it's a serum, it's not an oil, right? I'm just gonna do like a little bit, because I don't know, my skin's been looking pretty good and I don't wanna like overhydrate, you know? I did that in my other video and it ended up looking, I did 4 drops. It has kind of a rose scent to it. This is how I like to apply my serums, because I feel like when you do it this way, it just makes it so that you're not applying too much. It feels kind of silky, definitely moisturizing. It's not bad. I don't love the scent, but you know, it's fine. It is tiny. I mean, this is the tiniest little serum I've ever seen in my entire life. So I feel like 4 drops was, I don't know how much that cost, but that was a lot. And then C'est la crème. I wish it said on the outside, but it's a, you know, it's a moisturizer. Made in France, it's vegan, fragrance free. I don't remember, I did try a little bit of it. Typically for a moisturizer, I feel like a nickel size. Ooh, I like, put it out on the back of my hand. All right. Oh God, it's all up in my ring. That was stupid. This is also how I apply my moisturizer. I feel like it just helps to like spread it around your hands so that you're able to get like a nice even application without applying too much. Definitely very, very moisturizing, holy crap. Feels nice, no fragrance, which I really do like. I'm pretty happy with that. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm a huge proponent of skincare over, what the fucking shit is that? Dry skin. Skincare over primer, like when it comes to prepping my skin for makeup. I'm gonna take like the tiniest little, I think she had maybe an eye cream or something, but I typically don't pick up eye creams. I'll just add a little extra hydration with my moisturizer in any areas that tend to be a little dry. So like the tip of my nose, because I've been blowing my nose, the outer part of my eyes, where you tend to get like fine lines or crepiness or whatever, creasing kind of deal. That looks pretty nice. I'm happy with that. It looks like moisturized. It feels smooth. No oiliness. I'll give you a deep zoom. You know? Looks nice and healthy. Good glow. But it doesn't feel wet. I don't like it when a moisturizer leaves my skin feeling wet. I think it's nice. I think I probably could stand to use a little bit of a primer though, but let's just proceed. We'll see how it goes for foundation. All right, so am I starting off with my foundation? I'm excited about this. So I picked up a new shade of the Huda Beauty Easy Blur because I really loved the formula. It was gorgeous. I was using the shade lighter than this. This is Creme Brûlée, which is a little bit darker. The only problem with it is that it tends to lean more like of a yellowy orange, you know? The shades, in my opinion, at least for my skin tone, not amazing. Do you know what I mean? It's not horrible. It's definitely not horrible. Like I can make it work, but it's just when I swatched it, I was like, I would like it to have a little more green in it, obviously, because I've got green in my skin. So if you are close to my skin tone, Creme Brûlée is probably the best pick, and you can mix a little bit of, for instance, the Makeup Forever green redness corrector primer or whatever the hell. Really, really nice. So I'm not gonna do that just because I wanna I don't want to manipulate the formula right now. So I'm gonna put that on the back of my hand. Obviously I just did that. Don't know why I'm repeating it. And then, is that moisturizer pilling on my hands? If this pills on my face, I will lose my mind. It could be a fluke. All right. And then I'm very excited about this. This is the B12 Base Thinner from One Size, which I just received from Patrick Starr. Beautiful, beautiful little, I just love that it looks like a little pill, you know? And then, I don't know how well you can see the shimmer in it, the pearl, but it's got like, it's pink. It's kind of like a pink base with like a pale gold pearl overtone. So it's just pouring down my hand. So the way you can use this is as a primer, or you can mix some in with your liquid or cream foundation to customize the coverage and the radiance, which I really like because I know that Patrick is big on full coverage. So it's nice to include a product that can like kind of sheer things out a little bit. Does he have a foundation? He does, right? Have I tried it? Where am I right now? Regardless, I appreciate the inclusion of this because this is the kind of product we'll see. I'm gonna give you a little swatch. Ooh, that was way too much. Yeah, it comes out very pink. It comes out very pink here. You know, I don't know how well you can see the difference there. It looks very pink, but when you start to blend it out, it has this kind of pale gold, which I really love. I love products that contain those two colors because I feel like they end up being a little bit more like flattering on both skin tones. You know what I mean? Like you kind of have like a little bit of cool, a little bit of warm. It feels like, it's definitely liquidy. It's more of like a serum. I don't know how well it would work for like a highlighter, probably not. But to mix with foundation, because the Huda Beauty foundation is very full coverage, you know, and I would say that it tends to be a little bit more matte. So I'm just mixing on the back of my hand these two together. And it doesn't feel like it's affecting like the texture of the formula very much. I'm gonna, I actually didn't, why did I not wet a sponge? That was really stupid. I did want to try this Fenty brush. I wish it had a name on it. It's this one. And I think they sent it with their foundation. I think it's the foundation brush. I want to just like try this just to see. Yeah, do you see how like yellowy orange this foundation is? Not horrible in terms of application. Try my sponge. Do I like it better with a brush? I'm gonna use this Fenty brush, which probably seems strange because I never use a brush, but I'm kind of feeling it. I'm just assessing the glow right now. Like how glowy is this making the foundation? Because it does feel like it's providing a little bit of a glow. I will say my pores up in here, obvious, you know? Right there. Do you see that? Can really see those pores right there. So for me, maybe I wouldn't in the future want to like fully mix this in with my foundation, but use it on like the outer perimeter of my face as like a glowy primer, which in that case doesn't make it super like exciting to me because there's a lot of products that I already kind of use in that way. I really liked the idea of something that is like specifically a serum that is for shearing out and manipulating the formula of your foundation a bit. But in reality, I mean, there's just so many products that you can do that with already. You know what I mean? You could use a straight up serum. Like you could use your serum. But it's not terrible. I mean, everywhere else, I really like the way it's making my skin glow. You know, on my forehead, on the cheeks, around here, this looks nice. It's mostly just like in here. So if you have larger pores, like anywhere where you have larger pores, you might want to avoid it. You probably will want to avoid it. I just wanted to see like, I don't know, they're a glowy primer that is smoothing, you know? That's kind of the dream. I'm gonna really take this down my neck because it's so orange. This is a great foundation to do this with though, to like really sheer out because it is so full coverage. And personally using it the way that, you know, just the way that it is, it's a great formula overall. Like it just like makes your skin look so nice. But if it is just like, if it happens to be a little bit too thick for you, which I personally I don't find it to be like ridiculously thick. I don't know, this just makes it a little bit more versatile. But again, you can pretty much do it with anything. I don't know how I feel about that. I was really excited about it. It's not horrible, but it's not my favorite for my skin type, at least. Which for anyone who's new is like normal to oily. Next up, Kosas came out with their color correctors. These are the Revealer Extra Bright serum powered color correctors. They have, I believe, 2 shades, or at least they sent me 2 shades. Magic, which is the pink one, and Illusion, which is a little bit more peachy, which is the shade that I would use because this cool toned pink is just like, look at it next to my skin. Ooh, it's so bad. Let me see if they have other colors. I feel like they do. Perfect. I was gonna say, like, if we just have these 2 colors, this is a problem, but there are 5 shades, which is really nice. We have the lightest one is pink, then we have Illusion, which is the peach, Fantasy, which is a peach for light, medium to deep skin tones, Alchemy, orange peach for medium, deep to deep, and then Supernatural, which is a red peach for deep to rich, deep. Why can't I read? Good. Okay. So they have like multiple color correctors. That's great. Cause like I feel like anyone like who has a darker skin tone than me, this is going to look horrible. So I'm going to try peach. Is it just called peach? Illusion. I'll start off with Illusion. No, wait. What am I doing? I do my concealer later. Let's do the, I want to save it. I know I have like a very weird order in which I do things. I'm going to contour next, which I'm really excited about. So Rare Beauty came out with these guys. They're liquid contours. They sent me a few shades. This is Gentle, which I believe is the one for like fair skin, and which is very much for me like a contour shade. It's kind of like a coffee color. And then they also sent me Mellow, which I think is supposed to be for like more warm, deeper skin, which might be a good bronzer. I don't know, but I want to give you swatches of them at the very least. What's this called? This is Gentle, okay, which is very much a contour for pale skin. And then the warmer you are, then we have Mellow. You can obviously see the difference there. I just want to compare ABH Fawn next to Mellow. And then I'm gonna put my Sephora contour next to, what the hell is this called again? Gentle. Interesting. Okay, so this is my Sephora contour, which is, you know, very much a contour, obviously. Very, very gray, very cool toned. Here's ABH Fawn, and then you can see how these compare. So this has a lot more red in it compared to Sephora, which is much more like desaturated, much more gray toned, and you can see that how like it's got a lot more of like this like red warmth. And then this, I mean, this just looks like a bronzer compared to all of these, you know? So I don't know, we're gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna use it all over my face. We'll see how it works. How does it compare? It looks like a darker version kind of Anastasia Fawn. How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna start off with my jawline because that's where I usually start. I'm nervous because it does look very pigmented. I'm gonna double chin it up. And I'm just gonna stab. I don't like these kinds of applicators, but what are you gonna do? That might have been way too much too. It's really pigmented. It's really pigmented. And I put it on my hand. I should know. But I mentioned that I've been really, really going hard with the jawline contour recently. So give me a break. I mean, it's blending. It is blending. And underneath my chin for some reason is so peely. So I'm gonna try to leave that out of it. What is that? I don't understand. Can you show that? I put way too much down. That was really stupid. I should have just picked it up from the back of my hand. Sometimes you just gotta go in, and that's how you figure shit out, you know what I mean? Okay. All right. Let's get it together. So it does, surprisingly, because I was like, when I first put it down, the pigment, and also the kind of like, it's a serum-y sort of feeling formula, like a slightly thicker serum-y kind of formula. What the fuck is this? I was worried that because it feels like it's something that's gonna like set, you know what I mean? But it actually has like a pretty nice blending time. It almost starts to feel a little bit more like a really soft powder as you blend it, which is interesting and also very helpful considering I put so much down. And it actually, I feel like it sheared out pretty nicely considering the pigment, you know? I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't look like I have a beard down here. This is what I should have done first. Pick up what's on my hand. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Makeup by Mario, the serum contours and bronzers or whatever. Cause like that's what it looks like when I just picked it up with my brush and kind of blended it out. It ended up looking like that. It's very, very soft. And the colors are kind of similar, I feel. But I would say this has like a little bit more pigment in it. I don't love this color. I don't hate this color. You know what I mean? I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's great for me, especially for where I'm putting it right now. Okay, cheekbones. Why am I still touching it to my face? It's just these applicators make you want to do it, you know? This is a conspiracy. I have to say, what I appreciate about this contour is that despite the pigment, which, let's be honest, the more pigmented, the more skin tones will be able to use it, and not just like really, really light skin tones, you know? Despite the pigment, they're very blendable, which is nice. So that's something to appreciate because it's not always the easiest thing to achieve. Blendability and pigment or impact. You know? That looks pretty good. It's not bad. I'm just one of those people where like, I feel like I can make colors work for, what am I doing? I'm picking it up on my brush. I've already got it on my face. I feel like I can make things work for me, you know, certain colors, unless it's like, this was like unbelievably red. Like if this was just a straight up red color, like obviously it's not gonna work for my skin tone, but, and it does look a little bit red. It does look more red than what I typically use, but it's not the end of the world. It's not horrible. I like the formula. I do. I like the formula. It feels versatile. It feels like, and you know how much I love that when it comes to every product. Every product I want versatility. I want to be able to shear it out. I want to be able to build it way up when I want like super glam. That looks nice. You tell me though. Because sometimes it's not until after I've worn it for a while that I'm like, oh, I don't know actually. But I feel like that works. You know, in comparison to like the other shadows in my skin, you can see less red. It's just much more olive, you know? Like this shadow right here compared to that. But it's not horrible. Like I feel like I can make it all work. Hopefully the concealer will tie this all in since my foundation is quite yellowy orange. It's a little bit dark. Like right now my face is just looking a little bit darker than my chest. Not horrible. I'm gonna give Mellow a shot. Just to like bronze my face a little bit. So I'm just gonna use that same brush and I'm gonna pick up what's on my hand, which has been sitting for a second. This color I really like because of the warmth. And it does have, when I'm looking at, yeah, it does have more of a yellowy orange tinge compared to Fawn, Anastasia Fawn. And I think because it's so easy to blend and the formula is just like so melty, I think that's why I'm really liking it. Like it's not necessarily the best bronzer color for me, but I'm enjoying the formula quite a bit. Like look at how, on my hand, it's just like much easier to show how soft you can blend it out, you know? And even the swatch of it, they look so soft. Even just like, you know, the like thick swatch, where the thick swatch is compared to the Sephora contour and then Anastasia, where it's just like, it's the liquidity of it. Does that make sense? Liquidity is so smooth. Everything about it is so smooth. There's no bleeding, you know? I really like that. I'm just gonna use this to add a teeny bit of warmth to the cheekbone, blending into that contour color. Again, this would be a beautiful contour color for if you're a little darker than me and much more warm. I've noticed in my my videos recently that I have this like area of both of my cheeks, like right here, that just like doesn't want to hold product. And so I've been trying to figure out how to navigate that. But it's been driving me insane. Every time I watch a video that I filmed, I'm like, this like one spot. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Either of them. And I'm enjoying the formulas. I'm gonna use that to contour my nose and my lips too. Let's do it. I'm gonna use my Refer 13 Mini, and I'm gonna use the contour color, which was Gentle. Wow, I remembered it. I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna start off with my lips. Go underneath. Yeah, I think mostly the color really reminds me of the Makeup by Mario one. Maybe I'll do a swatch comparison at the end if I... Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Actually, I can do it right now. Oh, this looks much more green, actually. Oh, well. It's a lot softer. Interesting. Okay, so this is the Makeup by Mario Fair. Makeup by Mario Fair and Gentle. Interesting. Much more red. Obviously darker, more pigmented, you know? Huh. The Makeup by Mario one is much more golden. Interesting. Okay. Rare Beauty is a little more of like a cool toned red, but it's got that red in there, you know? I think I'm liking this. I'm truly loving the formula. Like I really, really like the formula a lot. I want more colors. I'm just freestyling with my contour right now, just so you know. I haven't done my makeup in a minute, and whenever I haven't done my makeup in a sec, I just want to play. I just want to experiment. I love the formula. I really love the formula. I would love more colors. I'm always here for a shade extension. Is it the messiest nose contour in the entire world? Absolutely, but we haven't done our concealer yet, so don't you fret. So now, I'm gonna wipe all these off. Now let's go in with our color corrector and then concealer, which I'm also very excited about. So Kosas, back to Kosas. We talked about this. Illusion. I'm gonna go in with Illusion. So this is is this called the Revealer? Yeah, Revealer Extra Bright. I'll put a little bit on the back of my hand. So I've been using NARS Nougatine, which is a concealer, and it's much more, it's kind of like a yellowy peach. Actually, I need to get more. Yeah, it's got a lot more orange, and this is a little bit more red, to be honest. This is what I've been using, which is obviously just like, it's closer to my skin tone in general. It adds warmth. It cancels out the purpley color around my eyes, and I've just found it to be much more effective in providing warmth and coverage and color correction for underneath my concealer, you know? So I've kind of stopped using these peachy colors. If I do use a peach, like I personally think that this is like leaning, it's yellow, but like leaning more towards a peach. It's got a little bit more of that like orange in there. These just haven't recently been as effective in my opinion, so we'll see. But I do like the Kosas formula. I just never use it under my eyes. I use it around the rest of my face because that color that I discovered it. I don't know if you heard that. 0.5 neutral is like a really nice olive color, and it just like works so well for my skin tone. So I'm gonna take this everywhere. Inner part of the eye, all the dark areas, and then just kind of blend into the rest. And then I'm gonna use a clean brush, little Refer 13, just blend in the area where I tend to get creasing, picking up any excess. Okay, so this is actually looking really similar to me to, wow, I just had it in my head and then I lost it. I lost it. There was another color corrector that I used to use, and this is looking very similar to it. Does anybody remember what it was? But do you see, like, it's not bad, but it's not providing as much warmth for my skin tone because I'm more yellow. So I like that I've been using a more like yellowy orange to color correct than this, which is fine. It's providing like a decent amount of coverage when you compare it to this side, and it is quite brightening, which is nice. We'll see how it works underneath my concealer. That was a little too much, but if you've been using a peach color corrector that is leaning slightly more towards pink, because to me that's what this is, it's leaning slightly more towards pink or red on the color spectrum, then you might want to think about going more towards like orangey yellow for your color corrector underneath concealer if you're like me and you have dark circles that tend to be like kind of like a brown, purple, red. Because remember, we're not using the color corrector to just color correct. We're using it to color correct for underneath concealer, right? And then I'm just buffing in the areas where it meets the like my regular skin tone color, because you can like really see it in that area. So that's not bad. You know, it did a little something, something. All right, this I'm very excited about. Very excited about. So there's this brand called Maxine's Revenge. This is the French face concealer. Gabby told me about it. Gabby Alvarez, if you're not familiar, I'll link her down below. Oh, interesting. So it says it's made for thin, full coverage for even, radiant skin plus 40. So it's marketed towards people over 40 or 40 plus. It's supposed to be thin. It's supposed to be full coverage. It's supposed to move really well with like more mature skin or people like headed towards more mature, I would say. Now I personally think that like my under eyes qualify as more mature because I have really loose skin. I have these like super deep creases around my lower lash line. So I love that kind of thing. Like if it's thin, if it's stretchy, if it's full coverage, like that's what I'm looking for. Anyway, Gabby recommended it to me. This is the shade Fair Cream, which she gave to me. It's got this kind of a doe foot. So I'm just gonna put this on the back of my hand. I'm not gonna go straight in, which looks very nice. Looks like a really nice color. I kind of want to compare it actually to Kosas point whatever. What is this? Oh, it's way lighter. So this is Kosas 0.5 N. You see the difference there? This is lighter, which is like pretty much my skin tone. So this might be a little bit dark, but we'll see how it all works. And then Maxine's Revenge looks a little more orangey yellow, ever so slightly. So it's an orangey yellow day for me. What am I gonna apply this with? What do I want to use? I feel like I don't want to use any of my usual brushes. I'm gonna use this Rephr 33 brush because it's just speaking to me. So I did test this concealer out a little bit, but I wasn't wearing any other makeup. Like it was just like on a day when I was wearing, you know, sunscreen, nothing. I just wanted to kind of see like how it would fit on my under eyes. So I'm gonna use this on the side of my nose. And I did really like the formula. Like it was really full coverage and stretchy, like it moved with my skin really nicely. So I'm just gonna lay this in and then go in and blend in a bit. Oh, but it's so luminous. Here, let's do one side so we can compare. Because of its luminosity, I'm a little bit worried about this area because I have a new powder to try. So I don't know if it's gonna be able to keep up. Isn't that nice? I mean, so far. It just applies so nicely. It feels very serum-y, you know? So I'm gonna use this in all the areas where I brighten, and more coverage, blah, blah, blah. You know, corner of the mouth. That looks nice. All right, let's blend. I'm just gonna use my Danessa Myricks Yummy Face 3.0 brush. Just to blend, blend, blend. Look at me using brushes. I haven't used a sponge. I mean, just for a second. I knew I was gonna like it. Gabby was like really talking it up, and she knows how I am with concealer. She knows my dark circles, so I assumed I would like it. but I'm always nervous to use something like with a full face of makeup because I have my products that I like, you know? Ooh. Well, that looks really nice. My complexion looks nice. My complexion looks nice. If this powder comes through for me, I won't be mad at the Patrick Star thinner thing. I'm gonna take a little bit of that underneath here to sharpen up the cheekbones a little more. Okay. I'm happy with that. What do you think? I think it looks nice. Am I getting settling? I can't tell. Oh. I'll be honest, I don't like the color corrector. I don't. I really like that concealer formula in like the 0.5N for around my face. I basically never use it underneath my eyes. And everything I'm seeing underneath my eyes is like peachy. It's like peachy right now. And I don't like that. Damn, I wish I'd done my Nougatine on the other side so that I could compare how they layered. The only thing that might fix this is when I go in with my powder. I love the concealer color though. And the concealer itself is not settling in any other areas on my face. It's moving very much with my face. So I don't think it's the concealer. I think it's the color corrector. I've had this problem with color correctors in the past that it's very difficult to formulate an under eye color corrector that's gonna work properly. That's one of the reasons that I really like the NARS Nougatine. It's a concealer. I'm using it as a color corrector because it's a very full coverage concealer that's like relatively, it's called the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Personally, I think that it like is a little bit more on like the matte satin side, or I would say satin. And so it stays put. It really stays put, which is what you need for a color corrector, because if you're putting concealer on top of it, you need to stay put, you know? And I've had this experience with a lot of color correctors where they just move around. Like they just move around like crazy. That is a beautiful concealer. I'm loving this. That's so pretty. I really like it a lot. Gorgeous. All right, let's blend. I have thoughts, I have feelings. I have thoughts and I have feelings. I don't like the color corrector. I don't like the color corrector, and I don't think I like this guy. But just for me, I'm normal to oily, especially my T-zone. I don't think that this is fabulous for that. And also, the color corrector, all the things that I said. I've had this problem with color correctors. It felt like it's a creamy formula. If you have really dry skin, maybe it would be good. If you are like me and you have oily skin, normal to oily, it just moves around a little too much. Like even my NARS Nougatine, I'm touching it and it's just more matte. It just feels more like grounded, like it just stays put. Whereas the Kosas it's still wet. It's still moving around. You know what I mean? Like it's just still moving. And it just doesn't layer nicely underneath the concealer, in my humble opinion. Many, many years of having dark circles opinion. Okay, I just did my brows off camera because they're my brows. Let's set with powder. I don't know why I didn't do that before I did my brows, but that's fine. So I have this new powder, I believe it's new. I'm assuming that it's new because I got a PR package from Smashbox. This is the Always On Skin Balancing Setting Powder. This is the only thing that came, so I'm just assuming that it's new. And I'm not gonna look it up. If it's not, then it'll be a great opportunity for everybody to tell me that it's not new. This is one shade, Translucent Light, and it has a really nice kind of like yellowy, fair tone to it. So let's give it a shot. I just gave it like a little swatch on the back of my hand. It seems nice, seems nice. I don't know if it's gonna work for underneath my eyes. Should I use it for underneath my eyes? I don't really want to. Maybe I will, fuck it, who cares? Where'd my little brush go? So here's the thing. I just feel, oh no, let's not do it. I don't really care. All right, I'm gonna just make sure that I'm blended. And then I'm gonna use a little puff. And they sent a little puff. They got a little puff. Look, got a little puff. I'm just gonna make sure that this is all blended out. Oh, that was a lot. Okay, all right, get it together. Oh my God, I almost dropped it again. I'm gonna tap it, in the back of my hand. Back of the cap, back of the cap, back of the cap. Is this the front? And this is the back? Back of the cap. Then on my hand, because I picked up a lot. Blend, blend, blend. And then just pop it on. That seems like a nice powder, but I'll be honest with you, I usually like something bright for my under eyes. And this is just like more my skin tone, which seems to be like a lot of the products that I'm using today. Also, you pick up a lot. You just pick up a lot. It's got one of these situations with like the mesh, you know, and it's been moving around, so there's a lot in there, man. It's too dark for my under eyes. It's too dark for my under eyes. But I think I might like it for the rest of my face. So let's just put it everywhere else. It's kind of like removing the nice neutral color of that concealer, to be honest. But I've committed. I don't know if you can tell, I'm putting it all over my face, so we're going with it. This is what happens when you try things, okay? Doesn't always work. I think it's a nice formula. I like it for the rest of my face. I like the tone of it. I like it for the rest of my face. I don't like it for my under eyes. I don't like it for my under eyes. But everywhere else, I'm into it. I can already see a little bit of shit coming through here. Why did I expect that using something shiny in like my largest pore area would be a good idea? That's not horrible, it's not horrible. I think I like the powder. It seems nice. It's kind of like, it's soft, it's kind of luminous. You know what I mean? Is it gonna keep everything in place? I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, there's that. It also comes with one of these guys, which like, has anyone ever used one of these? If you use these, please tell me. Every single time a powder comes with like a little puff or it comes with this thing, because I'm just so used to my like triangular puffs that I appreciate the precision of them. This is just a gift for Ziva. Where is she? Bunny, Ziva, I got you a present. Since I'm gonna use the Kimchi powder that I used in my other like new makeup video. This is the Puff Puff Pass Set and Bake Pat. Who is calling me right now? Can you fuck off, please? Puff Puff Pass in the shade Pink Rose, or Pink Rose. I'm gonna do a little bit of color correcting, not color correcting, but like kind of with this. It's not gonna color correct, but it might brighten because we used it in the other video and it seemed nice. And I guess I'll use the same puff. I'm just gonna pick it up. I'm gonna load it up underneath my eyes and along the side of my nose, like all here. That just ended up being so dark. I don't like that color corrector, bro. All right, I'm gonna blend it away. I really just, I never let powders sit for too long. Have a little smoothie first. Okay, that helped brighten that area a bit, but if you've been watching my channel, you know my under eye concealer, my color corrector, it does so much more than the Kosas color corrector. There's so many color correctors that are coming out right now, and I just feel like they're not actually I feel like we need to distinguish, is this a color corrector to just color correct, like to color correct, that you're not using with anything else, like just to do a little bit of color correction? Because if you're someone who doesn't really have dark circles, but you have like a little bit of a tinge, maybe a little bit of veins underneath your eyes, or a little bit of a blue tinge underneath your eyes, and if you've got that blue and you use like a little something that's like slightly more peach to color correct that, this formula is fine. It's great, right? Because it's like nice and thin. It provides enough. If you're someone like me who has really dark circles that you need to really provide coverage and the color correction for underneath your concealer, it's a completely different product. It's just a totally different thing. Now, I personally prefer to go towards something that's a little bit more pigmented. Take this, for example. I like that this has that pigment, but it's soft and it can be blended out. I want something, a color corrector. I want something that is nice and hydrating, but not too slippery so that it stays put underneath my concealer. Because if it's just gonna move around once I put my concealer on top of it, then we're not achieving what I want. You know what I mean? Then they're just mixing together, which is what I feel like happened with this. Now, it's not only the color corrector's fault. The concealer was more liquidy, you know? But in my experience, I know that this concealer would do really, really well on top of my NARS Nougatine concealer, which is what I've been using as a color corrector because it stays put. Do I need to come out with a line of color correctors? I feel like if I ever did create my own like makeup products, it would literally be like just filling in gaps. It would be like one-off none of them would make sense necessarily together. Like there would be no like story, except I'm just filling in the gaps that like other brands are leaving out. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's apply blush. I have a luminizer, which I'm really excited about, but I need something on my lips first because they're just a little dry. Yeah. All right, let's do blush. So I've already, in my other new makeup products, trying new makeup video, I've already used the Patrick Ta blushes, but I wanted to try this color. So this is the She Goes to the Gym. I love all the names. So I'm gonna use his brush, which I really do love. So I'm gonna dip, and then I'm gonna tap it off, and I'm gonna buff it into my hand. See, this is what's so nice about these. I got into like a little bit of a thing with somebody in the comments. Because there's kickback, people were like, oh, I can't with the fallout. This is not fallout. This is kickback, okay? Which I don't appreciate because like it feels like you're wasting product. But when you put it on the skin, even without dusting it off, it's so soft. That doesn't count to me as fallout. Now, if you're talking about eyeshadows and you're criticizing Patrick Ta's eyeshadows for having fallout, that's another conversation that we can have when I use some of his eyeshadows. But this is not, it's not the same thing. Kickback and fallout is not the same thing. We're gonna pop this on the cheeks. I'm trying to decide where I wanna put this. In that Monica Bellucci video, I kind of did a contour with my blush and I liked it. So maybe I'll do that a little bit. Do you guys see this one stripe? There's one stripe right here where product just doesn't want to go. And it's kind of making me go insane. I don't know if this is the best color for my skin tone, but it's okay. I think I might like, what's the other one? What was it? She's Seductive. I think that might be my favorite. This is okay though. It's a bit dark. It's a bit dark for me. I don't know if any of you guys have been in the process of buying a car recently, but the thing that is preventing me from buying a car are the car dealerships. Because they call me, or they text me, or they email me every 5 seconds. And I'm just like, I just want to pick this call up right now and literally be like, if you don't stop calling me, I'm never going to buy a car from you. Like, you need to leave me alone. It's so crazy. It's a nice color, but yeah, I think the other one, I just like the other one better. All right, let's go in with a little bit of the cream. Actually, ooh, you know what we should do? Instead of using the cream from this, I'm gonna use the cream from She's Seductive, right? Already forgotten the names. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, pick it up on the cream side, blending it out on my hand. So I'm not going with too much. Pressing into the skin with this. Ooh, ooh, I love a combo. I love a combo. Beautiful. I love that. Because this is like a little bit more of a nude, you know? It's a little bit more warm. And that shade, especially on my face, looked a little bit more like berry. So combining the two. I personally, I think one of my favorite trends is just like combining blush shades. Like, sunset blush and all that kind of stuff. Just mixing blush shades so that you have like a little bit more of a gradient. Okay, we're going Sabrina Carpenter cheeks right now. Part of me wants the blush trend to die. The other part of me just loves it so much, you know? I love that combo though. That looks really beautiful. I went a little overboard. Went a little overboard. Do you really love makeup though if you don't go a little bit overboard? That's my question. That's really nice. Love that combo, beautiful. Really fun. All right, Luminizer, very excited about this. So first, Urban Decay. Look at this. Watch everything come tumbling out. Oh, you can't really see because the lights. That's so disappointing. I'm not getting up to turn off the lights. It's lit up. So there's like a light in here. So like when you open it up in the dark, you still can't see it. Can you see that right there? It's lit up. Okay, this is, you know what? Who cares? Literally. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Well, at least I showed you all the shades. The shades are really nice. Nice, long shade range. What? Good shade range. Good shade range. This is the darkest one because these are obviously luminizers. And I feel like that's nice. That's nice. For deep skin. I hope it's not too yellow for like a much more red toned deep skin. I'd love to hear from people who have deep skin if they've tried this. This is the shade, yeah, High Profile. Love. The two shades that I'm most interested in are Silver Lake. Okay, beautiful. Your typical nude. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is like a typical luminizer shade that we've all seen before. And then Mirror Ball. Really pretty, similar to Patrick Star. I don't know if you can see it at all, but it's got both pink and it's kind of like reverse of Patrick Star. It's got pink pearl in it. Pink pearl, and then the base is a little bit more of like a pale gold. Do not use near fire, flame, or heat. Okay. The fuck? So what are we gonna do? I might use a slightly lighter luminizer just because my face in general is a little dark. So I want like to amp up my highlights a little bit. This has to shake well. The pearl is looking pretty glittery. Pretty glittery. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little underwhelming. Maybe not this applicator? Maybe not this applicator. I'm just gonna apply it with my finger. Okay, that's a little better, right? Right? Did it pick up all my shit? It looks like it kind of picked up my blush. That's why I hate applying things with my finger. I'll be honest. I'm underwhelmed. Yeah, I'm underwhelmed. It's fine. It's fine. It looks nice. It's fine. I fix this like bald patch now. Ugh. Yeah, I don't, it's fine. It's fine. That's super strange. Yeah, I'm very underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed. I'm gonna put it in other areas. It's just, it looks so incredibly glittery on my hand. It's kind of got like a dry oil feel to it. I don't like it. I don't think I like it. I'm gonna put it some other places though. I'm gonna try. I'm shaking it up because it says to really shake it, you know? It's one of these. It looks like this. And it looks like you gotta twist it to take it off, but you don't, it just pops off. So I keep trying to twist it. I'm gonna pop a little bit of that under my brow bone. Because maybe it was just the brush and then my finger that maybe not like it. This is a synthetic brush. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's just, it's very glittery. And it's not like, I don't know, maybe this will appeal to some people. It's not so glittery that it's like making a statement that like this is a glittery highlight, but it's also not like super fine, you know? It's like somewhere between the two. And maybe that's something that you're looking for. It's not like, it's just not blowing me away. Okay. All right, well, we put it on. All right, and then finally, the last product that I wanted to try is the new Fenty You Mist Makeup Extending Setting Spray. Okay, I don't know if you need to shake it, but I did. Looks pretty. I like the packaging, very chic. Let's give this a shot. I'm hoping that it's not like ridiculously smelly. Strong mist. Interesting. Doesn't really smell like anything. Kind of has like a light scent. Nice mister. Strong but but like a nice mist, you know what I mean? Like a mist, it doesn't spit. I gotta fix this hair. I was expecting that to make my face look wet, and it didn't. And I like that. All right, let me fix my hair. This is ridiculous. All right, let me give you a deep zoom of just everything on my face so that we can assess. Complexion's looking nice, I gotta say. It's looking nice. Let's summarize, okay? Upon reflection, I went and I looked in different lighting. I think I was just expecting something so different. And so I was just like confused when I used this. It's pretty. It is pretty. It's kind of a nice combination of like a more natural highlight and some glitter. It's somewhere in between there. It's not like too much, but it is like, it does have some glitter, which makes it a little bit fun. So if you're looking for something that's kind of like in the middle, something a little bit more fun to play around with, that isn't gonna be like ridiculously glittery or ridiculously foiled, I think it's pretty. I think it's nice. Like from here, you can't really see the glitter, but when you get up close, there's just like a little flecks, little like pink flecks that make it a little bit more like fun. You know what I mean? So I'm not hating. I just really wasn't expecting, I don't know, I was expecting something different. I don't know exactly what I was expecting. Maybe I was expecting something way more foiled, but it is pretty. It's pretty, okay? Obviously, I'm a fan of the Patrick Top blushes, love. I don't know how much I love this color, the She's Seductive. I think the winner for me was, or no wait, this is the winner. She's Seductive is the more like neutral one, nude one. And I just think is really beautiful for my skin tone. Love, not like huge. I'm not huge on this one just because I feel like it's a little bit more, it's a little too mauve, and dark for my skin tone, but the combo, beautiful. Love the combo, looks really nice. Love being able to like combine things. Very surprised by this. I don't know, like obviously I'm gonna have to wear this makeup for a really long time and use it multiple times to really find out if it's gonna like make my makeup last longer, but I'm very happy that it felt not drying, but it didn't manipulate my makeup to make it look too dewy, because that's something that happens a lot of the time with new setting sprays. So I like that. Packaging is very pretty. I like that. I like that it's nice and like sleek and thin. Is it aluminum? Feels like it's aluminum. Are we getting closer to recycling? You can just take the top off. That's nice. Ooh, it looks like it's all aluminum. Yeah, there's really no scent. I like that. So I'm a fan of this so far. Nice mister. These guys, I gotta say that I love the formula. I think the formula is really, really beautiful. I hate, okay, hate's a strong word. Maybe I'll use this on my cheeks. I'm not gonna use it on my jawline. It's not the right color for me. It just isn't. It's much more red. So because I like the formula, maybe it'll replace my Anastasia, because it's like actually relatively close to my Anastasia in shade match, but it's a very soft formula. I really, really love the formula. So yeah, that's gentle. And then as far as bronzer goes, like I haven't really been using too much bronzer recently. This is actually kind of nice, you know? And again, if you are a little bit deeper than me and you are much more warm, then this would be a beautiful contour color. I love the formula. I really do. I would love to see more colors. Maybe some olive colors. Rare Beauty. Color corrector, not a fan. I'm just not. And I already went on a big rant, so I'm not gonna reiterate, but I'm not a fan. You're not gonna be seeing me use this. You're not gonna be seeing me use it. Yeah. What else? Oh, the powder. The Smashbox powder seems really nice. It's not too mattifying, but it did seem to mattify. Yeah, and I like the tone of it because it's like yellowy and I'm more yellowy. I kind of like that. If I have a foundation that tends to be like a little bit more on the neutral side that pulls maybe a little bit too pink, I think it'll be a really nice like way to kind of balance that. But in general, I think it's a nice shade for like my face. It's just not brightening for my under eyes, which is fine. If they had a lighter color, I feel like it would be really nice for my under eyes. I would like that. This guy, I'm torn because my complexion does look really nice and I like the glow that is going on everywhere. You know, like the combination of everything is really nice. It did just kind of like draw more attention to this area of my face where I have larger pores, which made me need to add more powder, you know? And so far the Kimchi powder seems to be like holding up pretty well in those areas, but throughout the day, I don't know, is it gonna hold up? So if you're like me and you tend to be a little bit more oily in your T-zone, you might wanna just keep this to the outer perimeter of the face. Maybe don't mix it with all of your foundation, or you can mix it with your foundation, keep your foundation on the outer perimeter of the face and just focus concealer in the center, you know? Just try to avoid placing it anywhere where you have larger pores, you know? And let me know if you have this and if you've tried it as like a highlighter, because it doesn't seem like it would be a great highlighter because it is a very like a thin formula. It's more of a serum, but maybe, I don't know. I just feel like it would break up my foundation or like whatever I've put underneath it. What else did we use? Am I missing it? Oh, the skincare. Love. I think it's really, really nice. I like this. I wish it were a little larger. But I didn't really need a ton. I used 4 drops. Seemed to be a very nice combination. And then c'est la crème. Creme. I feel like it's a back of the throat thing. Am I wrong? I need some French people to help me out here. I like it a lot. I think it's really nice. I think it's a beautiful formula. I've been using the Outset moisturizer to prep my skin for foundation. But I'll be honest, since I've healed my skin barrier, I kind of feel like I don't need the squalane oil anymore. So I don't remember what is in this, but it's a nice formula. Hydrating without being sticky, you know? Not oily, not too slippery. I like it a lot. Beautiful packaging. Excited to try the lip products that I picked up. Was that everything? Oh yeah, and then just like, obviously I love this formula so much. It's beautiful, gorgeous. Wish the colors were a little better. I just wish the colors were better. I'm sick of, because I feel like I hear this from so many people. Why is it so yellow and orange? You like yellowy orange. Why are we doing that? You know? Are there people out there who are that yellowy orange? Because I feel like I've never met one in this like shade. You know what I mean? Like in this value, I feel like I've never met a person who's like this yellowy orange, but they probably exist. So let me know if Creme Brûlée is like your perfect shade match in the future, because I love this formula so much and it does like mix with things really well. This combo is going to be really, really great. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for all these products. I don't know. I feel like everything came together really nicely. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that this helped you if you've been interested in any of these, if you picked them up, if you don't know how to use them, or if you've just like been thinking about picking them up. Maybe it saved you from picking something up that you are like, oh, I don't need that. I definitely don't need that now. Or you're like, oh my God, that's exactly what I've been looking for. So whatever. Hope it helped. Like, subscribe, comment, become a member, blah, 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 blah. Let me know what you want to see next. And don't tell me that I have a little boy haircut, because I pretty much always have for at least the last 8 to 10 years. Farewell.